Okay, Nick. I mean, holy mackerel. Out of nowhere, for absolutely no reason, the market decided to take a very big breather today. We are going to look into the reasons, I think, but I don't think any of them are adequately going to explain what happened. So, what was your take as you watched the market just crumble?
Well, there's a lot of volatility out there right now, a lot of uncertainty in multiple different facets. I mean, whether it's political, economic, um, socialism, capitalism, uh, investor meetings, crypto, gold. I mean, like just literally it. I mean, there's so much uncertainty that we'll probably all settle out by Thursday, Friday, or settle out may not be the right word.
Yeah,
We'll have answers to a lot of questions come Thursday, Friday.
right.
The markets may continue this movement, or we may settle out once we know a thing or two.
So the only person that I saw that if this goes down and actually gets to 5%, the only person that I've seen that actually called it was Tom Lee's partner. I forget his name. Uh, I'm sure maybe you remember, maybe not. But he said he thought there would be a sell-off in November, but that we would still end up,
I'll be
you know,
honest, I don't know a word that you're saying right now because my headphones just died on
your
me,
headphone just died. And
and now I hear
technical,
you.
technical
Now we're
difficulty.
good.
All right. So the only guy that I know that might have hit it out of the park was Tom Lee's partner. I don't recall his name. I need to get his name in my list of things in my head. But he said he thought there would be a sell-off in November, but that we would end the year still in 7,000, 7,100, whatever.
I mean, you also have this guy right in front of you right now that's been telling people to be heavier on cash, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
So just saying,
Just
there's
saying.
also this guy who's been telling people all over X, especially if you're subscribed to me, you definitely know I've been talking about this. But yeah, honestly, I don't think this is that big of a deal right now.
Right.
Um, I It can be a big deal. Don't get me wrong. It can be if there's any extra tremors. Like imagine there was some Trump China news that came out right now.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that'd be a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Imagine if all of a sudden we found out that hey, the regional banks actually do have a liquidity crisis and there is a credit issue. Like that could be a problem. But I think right now this is okay. My bigger concern, to be honest, Randy, is looking at Bitcoin.
99,
Bitcoin,
99,000.
well, yeah, 101 right now, but
Right.
yeah, hit a low today. Bitcoin's been a bellwether of sorts on what the market's going to do for quite
Hmm.
some time now.
Hmm.
But I, sometimes you put these things out there and you really put yourself on the line to be wrong. But I'll tell you, I'm kind of wondering if what we're seeing is not that Bitcoin in this time is being a bellwether as much as there's a potential rotation
Oh, I see.
occurring. And I know that's hard to believe when the whole market went down today,
Except for the dollar.
but I kind of think people are looking to get into better positioning with some of these other companies. So I
Okay.
don't know. It's interesting. There's something going on. Something is afoot, and I can't put my finger on it, but I'm telling you, it's getting close. I'm getting
Well,
close.
so the one that I don't have on my list, which while you're talking, it occurred to me, is tomorrow we do have the Supreme Court hearing arguments about the tariffs.
See, that was the one thing I was gonna say, and then I said, no, Randy will bring that up. I know Randy. That's the one thing that I wasn't sure. So
So
good
what do
job.
we know? What do we know about arguments before the Supreme Court? We know that the judges ask questions, and we know that that's public information, and that will be hitting the airwaves. I'm sure that Mario Nawfal will be reporting all day long on every single quote from the judges. And so people will be trying to outguess what the Supreme Court is going to do. And even if I'm not worried personally about how the Supreme Court comes down on this, and theoretically, they're not going to make a decision until May or June because they're hearing it in the normal order. All of that may be true, but if the judges' questions look wrong, I would imagine that could be one of your things that could cause the market to take that full 5%.
Yeah, so to a lot of, or not to a lot, to the people who subscribe to me, I kind of laid out for them first thing this morning what risk, last night, excuse me, not this morning, last night, the risk I saw going into this week. And that was one of them, Randy, was the Supreme Court hearing this tariff objection, I guess, that people are having. And you're correct. The opinions is what a decision is called for them. The opinion will probably come out, to your point, May, June. So there's a lot of time here. Besant said today on CNBC he'll be there, front seat, probably communicating visually. But it is a big deal, especially we just got done listening to the Delaware Supreme Court, listen to the Elon comp case, and based on the questions they ask, you kind of you can get an idea of what they're thinking.
Sure.
Maybe not. Maybe they're trying to fool everybody, but I think based on the questions they ask that there's good legitimacy to this. And I don't want to act like this is my own thought here, but Joe Kernan on Squawk Box today brought up to Besant, we had the reasons why the tariffs should fall as a, security powers, extreme situation kind of thing for the president. But we have a new one that you can throw into that bucket now, or new example of why the president needs to have the ability to impose tariffs like this. And that's what just happened with China and the rare earth threat. Had we not had the ability to put on 100% tariffs unilaterally by the president, then we would have been in big trouble. We would have had nothing else other than go to war.
Right.
So it's a stick of diplomacy. It's a weapon of diplomacy also. And
yeah, I thought that Trump made his strongest arguments ever for the tariffs on the 60 Minutes program, which was shockingly not as tensions.
It was bad.
Yeah. Huh?
It was bad.
I thought for 60 Minutes that they weren't contentious. They asked good questions. She interrupted him a few times, but not like you would expect if it had been somebody else.
But they state questions. They state questions as if everyone agrees or if it's fact when it's their opinion, and it's like, wait, no, we don't agree. It's like if someone says, tariffs are inflationary. We all know that. So how are we? It's like, wait, hold on. What? Who agrees with this? What do you mean everyone agrees with this? You're right. Yeah.
Give Barry Weiss a little more time. She'll get these guys settled down, I hope.
Yeah. Well,
for those of you who are
inflationary, so are taxes. And so which one is it? Right. So pick one. Is it a tax or is it inflationary?
Right.
Because if it's a tax, we should lower all taxes immediately. Right. That'll solve inflation.
I agree with you 100%. Listen, I did a little.
That's why we're here. We just tell each other what we like to hear.
Oh, sure. That's always happened on this show.
Oh, Randy, did you get a new book?
Oh,
that's that.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
it looks really, really good in the hardcover.
It does. Actually, I have two hard copies that just arrived a couple of days ago, so they look solid.
No, but it just has kind of a nice presentation. I was really happy. I've got, quite a few books I've done. This one I think looks as good or better than any of my previous ones. Okay, so let's
I want squirrel on you.
Yeah, let's
get the reins on this show.
Let's eliminate some of the things that took place today. Can we eliminate? Do we think that the statements by Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs had anything to do with it? I mean, how much more of a blah comment can you make then? We'll probably have a 10 to 20% sell off sometime in the next 12 to 24 months. I mean,
Yeah, it's my crystal ball says, yeah, no, they're a joke. I do look. I don't want to give everything away because this is more so for my subscribers, but I do have a opinion that is similar to that within the next, you know, 12 to 24 months. But I have a pretty strong opinion of when I think we will have a sell off.
oh,
But not to tease anybody or to force anyone to go subscribe to me. Like, you don't have to. Seriously, you'll be fine, especially since most of you are just long term buy and hold. But I do think if you're not just a long term buy and hold, it does make sense to have cash ready. Or if you're thinking about, like, I know everybody just says, "Oh, just buy Tesla, buy Tesla." Personally, I would not tell someone, like, I would not tell my family member to buy Tesla right now. I wouldn't. Because even if we get to all-time highs by the end of the year, I think that we're going to have some pullback eventually, and I would rather people wait for that, right? Tesla's essentially at all-time highs. Palantir is essentially at all-time highs. NVIDIA is essentially at all-time highs. S&P is essentially at all-time highs. Gold just call at all-time highs. Amazon, Microsoft. I mean, it's like, guys, this is just not the time really to all of a sudden want to really deploy capital. So I would say if you have cash, it's good to have cash at times. I know everyone is worried like, oh, it's going to lose its value. It's not losing its value. It doesn't work quite like that. In my opinion, it doesn't. So I think cash is king still in many ways, especially when you have a market at all-time highs. Cash is definitely king.
All right. Well, listen, I think that one of my theories of the market is that when anything, gold was at 4,400 we're closing in on 4,400. I said, I think it'll be 3,400 before it'll be 4,400. Because why? Not because I follow gold, because when markets do that, especially as rapidly as it did, it just doesn't seem like it can do that forever. I picked the number. I happened to get it lucky. And it's now bounced down to the 39 range.
Yeah. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
What I think is important, what you just said there, is not Randy got lucky, everybody. 4,400, he got lucky. Stupid luck. That's all it was. He flipped the coin, he got lucky. But what wasn't lucky was his instinct of, oh, we're getting higher and higher and higher. It's time for me not to get excited, but to get cautious and like, all right, I don't know how much further this has to go. And that sense of caution, rather than that sense of FOMO or to the moon attitude, in my experience, is the difference between people who are good at stacking capital versus giving it back to the market. So that's the skill set I think people should take away from what you're saying. Not the fact that, hey, you hit 4,400 and hey, you were right about that, but more so as we were getting to this tippy toppies, you didn't double, triple down and you're like, no, all right, whether, the air's getting a little thin up here. Like, maybe we take some off the table kind of attitude.
All right. So in order for the stock market to go up when it's already at all-time highs, you have to have a reason for that. You have to have an economy that's going to support those earnings, those future earnings, in order to make it justified, more or less. So we've got the GDP, according to GDP Now, at 4%, but the ISM numbers came in weak. I was thinking that some of the sell-off today might have been the weakness in the ISM numbers. But the GDP, on the other hand, is showing 4%. Pretty much the bears think that the GDP in the fourth quarter might be as low as 2.3%. That's not horrible. What?
You're talking about just for Q4?
Just
Or are you talking about in aggregate?
Annualized. at 2 point. In other words, we'll drop down from annualized at 4% in the third quarter to annualized at 2.3. I mean, the average over years is around 2%. So 2.3 annualized would not be a horrible number, but
Wouldn't be horrible, but wouldn't be great.
yeah, I'm expecting much better.
I mean, that's essentially what the Obama's 8 years it was, 2%.
Right, right. Yeah, but if you got a
And
4%,
honestly, we had a pretty good economy during that time.
it was pretty bad for the first 4 years, but it did get better.
Well, all right, you can't put all that on his shoulders either.
No, not 100%. All right, well, how about the New York City Horror Show? Is that part of the reason the market went down today?
It could be, but just real quick. So, just to touch on the ISM. So,
Okay.
a weak ISM number can be a sign of like broader economic slowdown, right? Potentially leading to lower GDP, as you just mentioned, job losses or recessionary pressures, if it maintains. Um, and for the markets in general, weak ISM generally triggers a bearish reaction like we're seeing here. But when I saw that number come out, Randy, I imagine you as well, it made me feel more confident that we're going to get a rate cut in December.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, right.
there is a silver lining in that.
Yeah, well, we get ISM services tomorrow. Usually they're closer, but this week they're 2 days apart. We also get ADP tomorrow. I said this morning on my show that as long as it's between -10 and positive 30 or 40, I think it's a nothing burger, even though there might be a reaction to it. But I think that's about where we're going to be for a while on a monthly basis, is slightly negative to slightly positive. What do you think?
No, I think you're right. The other thing too to keep in mind, and sorry, no, I'm going goldfish on you today. The other thing to keep in mind is that there's a chance, it seems there's a lot of expectation that the government will reopen by Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow.
once all these campaigns are done and closed, everyone's been voted in. And they're talking about on Squawk Box today. Again, these people, Republicans coming on saying, what everyone's whispering around is like, okay, once the elections are over, okay, well now we can go ahead and just open things back up. And they can do it. Democrats can do it under the guise of we're going to be the bigger people and do this, and sure, whatever. And maybe they are. I don't know. Like maybe there's a kernel of truth to that. That someone eventually has to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can make the argument that the person who's giving is kind of being the bigger person, but I don't know.
Well, let's see. If I'm holding a gun to your head and telling me to give you the hand over your new baby, and then I say, never mind, does that make me the better person?
Well, I don't know if that's exactly the same equivalency.
Well, it's extortion, and it's only been done a couple of times in history where people have held out like this. And one time it was the Republicans, maybe even a couple of times, and they were castigated. It was one of those things where the
Yeah.
Republicans went, "We're never going to do that again."
No, I know, but I feel like you got to look a little deeper. It's why would they do this? Well, because they probably think that this is their only leverage that they have
Right.
to do what they want to do when it comes to healthcare. And if they don't have this, what happens if they open up the government? Then what? Like they have nothing to keep the Republicans accountable. And so the real question there is, there's been the fact that they can't trust each other is the real issue. If you could have faith and trust, be like, yes, we will negotiate this in good faith and we will get this done, then the government would probably be open. But I'm of the opinion that there's so much lack of trust between both parties, and it goes both ways. Trust is trust. At the end of the day, it does not, trust doesn't go one way. And that I think is kind of the deeper issue here, is that there's a lack of trust between our elected leaders. And that's sad and concerning. It's probably, I'm reading Andrew Sorkin's 1929, and the more I read that, the more I'm like, man, you think that things have always been bad, or you think now they're worse than they ever have been. But in reading this book, it's like, man, they've always been bad. It's always been tensions like this.
It's always been this way.
Yeah.
My dad said that he wouldn't walk across the street to shake Truman's hand when he was president. Uh,
Mm.
Goldwater was called a second-rate hack actor. Even after he had run California amazingly for 8 years, he was still, treated as if he was just a brainless idiot. So no,
Yeah.
this is not new.
Yeah. Well, I think with like social media and stuff, like you get more, you see it more, especially with
Yeah,
Trump, the attempted assassination with Trump. But people forget, during Obama's term, someone stormed the White House. During Bush, he had the shoes thrown at him.
yeah.
I don't remember anything. Clinton had people under his desk. That's a different story. But Reagan, obviously, there's an assassination attempt on Reagan. Like the
Right,
obviously JFK.
right.
So we know these stories. But anyways, it while it saddens me to see the lack of trust, it also encourages me in reading this book that things aren't as bad as they seem because it's kind of been the status quo. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
it's why we're falling behind to China because we can't just get along and be America first. And we are our own worst enemies. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. And it's both, it's every time. It's like one party goes in, the other party's job is to roadblock everything.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
God forbid, for once, we all just rally together, blue and red, make it just purple, and we push forward ahead. My God, we'd put China in our dust. Anyways,
All right,
Randy, I don't know why I
all right.
keep doing this. Let's get back on track. You
All
had a
right. So
question
this,
about New York.
well, is New York one of the reasons that the market decided to continue to tank today? Are people that, these folks are a huge percentage of the stock exchange folks live and work in New York. Are they going, oh my
you,
gosh, this is really going to happen?
you think they're selling their investments so that they can go buy property elsewhere?
No, I just think they're worried and nervous about what this is and what it means. And, I watched this happen in Santa Monica. What was that, 50 something years ago when rent control came in and basically the whole state of California went blue and it still is, it just got worse and worse and worse. So people that think that they're going to learn their lesson because they got a socialist in charge. No, people are not going to learn. People go generations without learning their lesson when socialists are in charge because they're still hoping that they're going to get free stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, the truth is the truth is capitalism has the same issue that communism has, where you can sit there and say, yeah, on paper communism sounds great, but in practice people are greedy, right? Well, capitalism has the same problem where on paper it's perfect. It literally is perfect, but people ruin it. People
Right,
are greedy and they abuse it. And you have people like Soros who will take his money and he will try to influence other political people, right? You have people who try to do things that are nefarious with their capital. Like to me, I think it's nefarious that you have to be an accredited investor to invest in private companies. Like that to me is capitalism at its worst. Again, reading 1921 book, you
right,
see there people were trying to keep the Fed was trying to keep the everyday retail investor from investing in the stock market and speculating to
right,
protect them against
right,
themselves.
right.
So that's not true capitalism. So you have the same issue, and I think there's a lot of people have been disenfranchised by capitalism or under what people blame capitalism
Mhm,
rather than blaming the individual. The same
mhm.
reason like you can't say communism is failed. You can't. You can only say the people who've tried to implement it have failed. But the truth is, capitalism has been the closest thing to be the least failed, least corrupted,
Right, right.
and at least there's transparency there,
Yeah.
at least to an extent. Anyways, so look, vote for Mandami. I'm all for it. Vote for him. I hope he wins. I genuinely do. My Florida real estate's gonna go up, baby. So go for it. Anyone there, move on down here. DeSantis trying to get rid of property tax, get rid of property taxes on your primary residence. So come on down here, buy your home here, make this your everyday residence, especially here in the Tampa Bay area. ARK Invest is here. Come on down. Weather's good. It's 60 degrees outside. It's absolutely beautiful. We have sunny, cold weather. It's beautiful. And a cloud in the sky. Beaches are beautiful. everyone's half naked on the beach and everyone's fit. It's great. Come on down.
All right. Now, the beginning of today, at the very beginning, when the market started its harrowing retreat, everybody said, every headline that you could find said it was because of Palantir, who had a big
Oh
beat.
my God. Okay.
They had a
Yeah, we
big
can talk
beat,
about this.
big beat, top and bottom line. They gave improved guidance for the fourth quarter, but then somebody said, well, yeah, but I didn't like what they said about next year. And then all of a sudden it was down 7%.
Who said that?
Somebody.
Okay. Alex Karp literally on the call. Listen, I don't really listen to Palantir calls, but I did yesterday.
Okay.
I might have had a trade on. Which I feel bad because I told my subscribers I wasn't gonna have a trade on, and then on the last minute I threw a trade on. So my bad.
Okay.
But he literally said it's Q3, guys, it's not Q4. He literally said, he gave projections for next quarter, and he said, and I don't want to exactly give, projections for next year, but let's just say it's probably going to continue the way it's been going. And he said a very bullish statement, like to a point where I was worried that the stock was going to shoot up and rip my face off on the trade. I'm like, oh, damn. It was a masterclass earnings call. It was a masterclass quarter by the numbers. It was literally a NVIDIA hold my beer quarter. It was textbook perfection. Like, I'm not joking. I left my short puts on. I didn't close them out today. I could have closed them out for a profit right at the opening, but I left them on because I hope I get assigned shares.
Wow.
This company is fired on all cylinders.
Okay. Okay.
Like, people need to go look at their statements. Like, this was Tesla looks like they're going bankrupt in comparison to what this quarter was. Like, I'm telling you right now, this company is discounted right now at 190. Like,
yeah,
I will continue to roll my short puts up until I get assigned. I will own this company.
So you're really glad that somebody misheard and reported that they made it.
It's a stupid statement. Listen, I'll tell you right now. I've been saying this to my subscribers last 2 days. Palantir, it looks very interesting right now. I wouldn't say it's at a discount, but it looks very interesting. Tesla, also, I wouldn't say it's at a discount, but it looks very interesting. Meta, that thing's on sale. Netflix, that thing's on sale. You got these Mag 7 companies, call it Mag 10 companies, right, on sale right now, or looking very interesting, almost looking like they're at a discount. This is Christmas come early. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, we will not be at these prices this time next year. It will not be the case. Yeah. So, this is, listen, everybody's always, oh, I want to buy, or oh, I missed out on the run, or I got FOMO. Go eating. Like, happy feasting. Like, I've been feasting. Like, I don't know. Even Coinbase. Look at Coinbase. Like, with Bitcoin dropping, Coinbase down to 307. Sheesh.
Such a deal.
All right. I'm telling you right now, there are deals out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's switch to Tesla. So today, Tesla started off down. And as I looked around on all of the headlines,
Tesla started up.
They started up.
Tesla hit 460.
They started up this morning?
Yes, sir. Tesla hit 460.
Maybe that was when I was actually in the show.
Tesla hit 460.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. And then it went down. Okay. In fact, the whole market did. In fact, Tesla's chart today, I have my chart on Tesla against the NASDAQ, the S&P. I have all those together. Oops. I have all of them. I have them all together because I like to see what Tesla's doing compared to the other three market indicators. And Tesla just followed them around today, all day. But the argument was this morning, oh, look, Norway said they're not going to vote the right way. Meanwhile, BlackRock said they were going to vote the right way. Anyway, but it was like...
BlackRock said they would?
Yeah, well, they told Robin that they were going to vote yes. They said they had a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders to vote for it.
Wait, are you talking about the AI thing that was out there? Or...
I saw a quote from Robin. I didn't see her say it out of her
Oh,
lips.
okay. That's a fake rebuttal
It was
thing.
a fake.
So there's this whole thing where some like Tesla Q person put out like this anonymous source
Yeah.
of Robin and the BlackRock, what's his name, Fink or whatever, getting into a back and forth. And then someone replied like, "Look, I can do this too." I think it was Yosh who did it. And it's like
Oh,
Robin, says whatever. Unless you saw something different,
I,
but
you know,
I'm pretty sure that's fake. I don't think BlackRock has said anything.
I see. All right. Okay. Well, I don't think there's any doubt. I don't think anybody that's paying any attention should have any doubt this thing is going to be like 80% again. So
I disagree.
oh, really?
Everyone should have doubts. Everyone, if you have a mother, a brother, a sister, an uncle, an aunt, a hairdresser, anyone who owns Tesla share, do not listen to Randy. This thing is not over. This thing is very risky. There are plenty of Tesla shareholders who are being complacent right now. There's plenty of people who don't know about the vote. Go and tell them to vote. This thing is not as close as we think it is. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I hope I look like an idiot. But right now, I would not be playing around. We just got Schwab to agree to vote in the right direction,
Right.
but they weren't going to.
Mm-hmm.
The, people still have it out for Elon. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, do not take your own financial future. It's at risk, is what I would say.
Okay. So that was the headline pretty much everywhere. And there was like one headline talking about the China numbers, which I thought was way bigger of a deal. The first month of the fourth quarter, we dropped back down to 60,000 units being shipped.
Okay.
So that to me takes the 500,000 off the table because you can't ship 60,000 this month. Well, you could. You can ship 90,000 in the next 2 months and still maybe get to 500,000, but it's going to be really hard because I'm expecting a little bit, of a contraction in the US, and we don't seem to be getting good sales in Europe. So we're probably now talking about 440 to 460,000 as a range, which is not the end of the world. But I thought that was maybe more of a reason to take something off.
I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with any of that.
Okay.
This
Just
is
following the market.
all this is all about Elon's comp and the market.
Okay. And the market. Okay. Elon's comp and the market. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
So Thursday that the Elon comp part will be solved and we will have that.
Keep in mind, Tesla's call it a 2 beta stock.
Yeah.
And the market was down. Okay, well, SPX was down 1%.
Right.
I don't know what the Nasdaq was down, what, 2%? Something like that.
Nasdaq was down, yeah, almost exactly 2.
Okay, so that means if you go by Nasdaq, it should have been down. Tesla should have been down 4%. If you go by SPX, it should have been down 2%. Tesla's down almost 5.15%.
Right.
Like, this is about Elon's comp and the market.
Okay.
So it was going to be down probably regardless with the market, but you throw on the extra juice of the risk of Elon Musk. And I think this is great. I really do. I want people to be fearful. I really do. I can't stress this enough. If Elon does not get this comp package, you're going to feel like an idiot if you don't have any kind of protection.
Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Elon's talking about an Optimus demo. I don't think he would be talking about an Optimus demo 2 weeks from now. So if he's working on an Optimus demo, it's going to be Thursday. Any thoughts on how impressive it may or may not be? Or, I mean, we'd just be guessing and speculating, but.
I've talked about this a little bit. I think it's pretty far behind.
What?
Sorry.
Breaking
news. It's tangential. Let me read this out loud. From Donald Trump. Sean Duffy has done an incredible job as interim administrator of National Aeronautics of Space Administration, NASA. This evening, I am pleased to nominate Jared Isaacman as an accomplished business leader, philanthropist, pilot, and astronaut as administrator of NASA. Jared's passion for space, astronaut experience, and dedication to pushing the boundaries of exploration unlocking the mysteries of the universe and advancing the new space economy make him ideally suited to lead NASA into the bold new era. Congratulations to Jared, his wife Monica, and their children Mila and Liv. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's
Nice.
go. Another, here we go.
Elon's
The world is getting back on track.
Elon's going to be in a great mood on Thursday.
It better be.
He
It better be.
All right. So you think Optimus is behind?
It's not that I think it's behind. No, I think people are making the same mistakes they have with FSD on Optimus.
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to take longer than we think.
Okay.
Anyone can do a demo. Even Elon says that. A demo is a demo. But you know what demo I want to see? I want to see thousands working in their own factories. When I see that, when we see that, then I would say maybe you should start thinking of investing in Tesla for the Optimus revenue. But until we see that, I'm not too confident on it.
I would say
it's like Tesla. Sorry, it's similar to when Tesla started using FSD to move their vehicles out to the parking lots.
Right.
Okay, hey, that signal, like, okay, they're eating their own dog food. They're actually eating their own dog food now.
Yeah.
When Optimus starts actually working in the factories in mass, okay, that's the signal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been saying exactly the same thing, but I'm wondering if the signal is really when they start producing them in any significant quantities, even though we may not see them for another month or two actually working at various jobs, but they're not going to start producing them in quantity unless they know they can do the work.
Well, remember, the hardware is not the limiting factor, it's the software. So just like you can make all the cars, but to get all the data for the software, that takes time. And that takes a lot of training. And Optimus is arguably a lot harder because, you have a lot more inputs and pressure. And, is this glass? Is this paper cup? Is this, not a cup?
Right.
Is this a baby's hand? Is this a puppy's head?
Well, we're talking about in the factory.
sponge?
We're not talking about in the home.
No, I hear you, but I'm just saying, like, what that, but that's something you take. Okay, those examples. You have the same examples in a factory that could go plentiful.
Right. So I said over the weekend, it sounds like you're going to agree with me on this one. I said over the weekend that the reason that the stock went up on Monday was because people did think that the package was going to pass and that was going to take away an overhang. And that allowed people to concentrate on the fact that unsupervised and taking away the safety driver was coming within the next 55 days, and that therefore better get on board. And then today, you would suggest that the news that hit and was broadcast like every single newswire was put that scare back in people.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that, Rand. I mean, I agree with you. I thought, it seems like every Monday is up Monday, and then Tuesday is the opposite. So like, it's funny. Like, there's like four of us who are constantly on X being like, all right, like me, this guy Bobby, and Yashu. Like, it's always like, all right, there's the Monday up. All right, let's see what Tuesday brings. But I genuinely thought like this Monday, I thought today was gonna be a flat to positive day, and it seemed like it was when we hit 460. I was like, okay, well, yeah, that's par for the course. And then, we have the sell-off, all this news comes out. But it's also, I don't know if you saw, but Michael Burry said he's going to put a short, or he placed shorts on Palantir and NVIDIA.
Oh.
So.
All right. Well, there you go.
You throw that in there. I mean, yeah, you should go watch, what's his name? Alex Karp. He was on, like I said, on Squawk Box this morning, and he was tearing into the shorts.
Oh.
It's honestly, sometimes I wish we had some of Alex and Elon. He just goes after them. He no reservations. Just says it like it is. I love it.
Okay, if we look at the charts, because that's one of the things that we have you on here to help us with. We rejected 470 and we ended the day at 444. Those seem like chart numbers to me. Maybe I'm missing it, but 470 was where we topped out a couple of weeks ago. 444, we have bottomed out, I don't know, 12 times or something at 444.
Hmm.
I'm kidding. That's hyperbole. But
Yeah. No, you're not wrong though. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, we're definitely in a range here, aren't we? But interesting enough, like we're seeing higher highs and lower lows, assuming that this 443 holds.
holds, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if
yeah.
we get into the 430s,
Gets a little harder, huh?
yeah, then we're making lower lows. Um, but no, I'd agree with you. I mean, it seems like we're just kind of in this range. It feels. I mean, you shouldn't make decisions based on feelings, but
Hmm.
it seems like Tesla wants to break out,
Yeah.
and it's as if it's just been waiting for this comp vote. And honestly, I the fact that it's kind of selling off today, I think it's a good sign. To be honest, I really do. It's telling me that things aren't quite priced in yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a, that's of course that would be traditional ways of thinking. If we've got big news coming on Thursday, do we sell? Do we get out and then get in just at the end and buy it cheap, or do we FOMO it and get out at the end because we think it's going to go down for the news? Yeah, so that's
Yeah, I don't see FOMO going into this.
at least not now.
No,
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 we'd have to
I
have a
don't see
pretty
it.
dramatic turnaround. All right.
Which I think is bullish. I think
Yeah.
it's bullish, really.
All right. So
Like,
what?
as long
So
as we
what?
get the vote.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did I miss?
Mm, you didn't say happy belated to me.
Belated birthday?
Yeah,
Oh, you 35?
I am. I'm an old man now.
35, man. Not even half of me.
No, well, that's
Catch
good.
catch up, man.
I'm working on
You're working on it.
it.
See, when you're 40, no, I'll still be, no. You're gonna have to get like 43 or something before you catch up to half.
What else? What would you miss? No, I think you kind of hit everything. I mean, you even got the breaking news.
The breaking news. I
So
know. Good for you. Well, let's take a look at the numbers then. Maybe that will jar your memory of other things. We already talked about, of course, what was happening with Bitcoin, which I thought was pretty big news for it to now. That also was a floor 990 was or 900 90,000 99,000 was a floor. So it was pretty predictable that it might bounce off of that. So far, it's doing that. Um, we had bonds down 2.4. That's not enough, but at least it's directionally right. So we're at 4083 now. I do believe that the bond thing. Oh, so I know one thing I didn't mention. I think that the negative market sentiment started when Jerome Powell said, "Don't be so sure about December."
you're right.
That's when
We
it
you
started.
saw, yeah,
That
you're right.
created that
They're
created
they're
nerves.
cutting.
They're cutting.
He can. They're cutting. They're, they're cutting. like, okay, all right.
So I'll know that I watch the betting markets now, but I'll know that the markets believe that the cut is coming when the 10-year is back under 4 again.
Hmm.
That'll be the
That,
sign.
I mean, I've been telling you for how long? You don't need the Fed. You just look at the bond market. It tells you what to do.
So you're like a believer that the bond guys are like baseball players. They're the smartest of the players.
They're the sharps.
They're the sharks. Okay. Oh, I realized just now that it's not even 3 o'clock yet, so we don't have any. We don't have any numbers. We would have to find a reason to keep talking here about something for 2 minutes before we're going to see, what's happening in the pre-market.
Yeah.
How's the baby?
Baby's good. Baby's real good. Baby's eating a lot. He's pooping a lot. He's developing well, moving. Seems, he's doing good. And mom's doing good too. If you saw her, you wouldn't even think that she was pregnant.
Wow.
She's good. She's got an appointment tomorrow with the doctors to hopefully get cleared to get back to the gym. So
Okay.
she's looking forward to that. And yeah, we're doing good. I mean, it's been nice going on. long walks with the baby, hanging outside, by the pool with the baby. It's been nice.
Brian White the other day on his show, he asked me, Randy, if you got in your car right now, what would be playing on the radio or the music list?
So is that your question to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's more to it.
Well, people have to watch Brian White's show to find out what I said.
Yeah. No, I mean, normally, I know you're probably hoping for to hear a kid song, but it'd probably be a podcast.
Oh, a podcast, not music at all.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was music, if you had to have music on, what forced you?
For us, it would probably depend on our vibe. I'm loving the new Taylor Swift album. It's really catchy, especially the Ophelia song.
You guys are
we have
Swifties?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I like Swiftie. Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with everything of her, of course, but I think she's coming to the right side. You can tell.
Okay.
Getting domesticated. Hear some of the lyrics in the songs. Yeah. She's learning. It's all right. But we also have a French playlist that we like to listen to.
Oh, wow.
When we're feeling a little Frenchy. Alexandra would appreciate that. Yeah. It's like our wine and cheese and charcuterie kind of dinner type playlist. Yeah, we got certain playlists. We love tropical house music. But I can only listen to music so long, and I feel like I need to be learning something.
Yeah, I have such a problem because I'm all about music, or have been my entire life. I play multiple instruments and sing, and I had bands and been in orchestras and singing troops and done operettas. And so I have this massive appreciation for music. But I'm like you, I probably haven't listened to music in my car for, I don't know, 10 years. And it's this real challenge in my brain of, why wouldn't you be listening to music?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm quite like that. I definitely listen to music, but I also like to listen to. I love listening to podcasts or learning, or just what's going on the market and stuff. But every once in a while, you need there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was Billy of Tea. You need something like that.
All right, so Bitcoin is back to 101. I guess you help me out here. Do you pay any more attention to this than I do? It's like the markets, the pre-markets open at 3, but on CNBC we don't see any of it until 3:10. I thought we could see oil and some of the other ones at 3, and it was only the equities that we couldn't see until 3:10. But I'm getting
So the futures open. The futures are closed from 4 to 5. All futures are closed.
Right.
So it just depends on what platform you have.
I got it. So do you have a platform that shows it sooner?
I do, but I have to sign in right now, and you can see the reflection behind me, so I'm not going to sign in right now.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, then let's call it, because you need to be out of here by 3:10. So I will. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll put it on pause, and then I'll come back at 3:10 and fill people in on the numbers.
Sounds good.
All right.
Lucky them.
Thank you so much as always. We'll see what happens Thursday. Everybody's excited. And
we'll see what happens tonight.
We'll see what happens tonight. I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
Go Florida real estate.
Thanks again, and to all of you. No, I'm not saying good night to you right now, because I'm going to come back and give you the numbers. All right. Thank you.
Cheers.
So slightly bad economic news is going to be good, because it's going to cause the Fed to cut. Then the softer than you'd like news continues. So AMD reported better than expected results, so that's good, but their margin guidance only met estimates. So the margin guidance only met estimates. So that's a little bit soft. It's kind of like the Palantir thing, though. I mean, it sounds pretty good to me. Then you've got Supermicro. Their stock is actually dropping right now on slumping sales and weak earnings. So that's kind of an interesting one. I don't think that was expected. Rivian beats Wall Street's Q3 expectations and maintains their guidance. So that's surprising. And we already mentioned Pinterest. So those are a few things that were just coming out as more breaking news. And then let's see, now we've got the information coming across the wire here. We have got the I'm sorry, let's start with the bonds. Okay, so the bonds are at another 8/10 tenths of a basis point. So down to 4.083. And so that might be indicative again of people saying, okay, all this so-so news might impact the decision by the Fed. You've got oil down another 15 cents. That's not much help. Not going to help us understand much at 15 cents. Natural gas down another 0.62%. That's helpful. It's still sitting at 431, which is pretty high. Gold down another 1760 to 3942. Silver down another 78% at 4692. Copper down another 0.41, well under $5 now at 492, 493, let's call it. The dollar extending its gains, and Bitcoin's still sitting at 101 almost exactly. And Ethereum down 8.64% today versus Bitcoin down 5.17. You've got the pre-market for the equities. You've got the Dow up 0.22, S&P up 0.05, and the NASDAQ down 0.03. So I would call that flattish, except for the Dow, which is springing back a little bit from today's losses. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at where Tesla's doing in the after hours or the pre-market. Down another 0.34, so 442.77. If we hold up anywhere in the 440 to 444, because there's another floor at 440, so there's so many floors and ceilings right now, but the big one was 444. It would be better if we opened about 440. Well, again, depending on whether you're looking for an opportunity to buy or whether you're hoping that Tesla just keeps on going to the moon. So there you go. That's all I've got for you right now. And except you should buy the book. The Audible should be out tomorrow or Thursday at the latest. It's all done. It's all ready. And it's only a matter right now. Amazon has to approve it. And technically, they said when I put it in today, it would be at the most 72 hours. When they say that, they usually mean 24 hours. So I'm looking at probably tomorrow. All right, that's all I got. And it's been great talking to you.